What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a fun video. We're gonna do a what's for dinner video. Purely just a bunch of dinner inspiration, recipe inspiration, if you will. I made 5 different things, or I should say we made 5 different things because your boy John was here and he stepped in on the efforts as well. They're a great variety of recipes. We use the Blackstone for some, the oven for some, the air fryer for some. I actually don't think I used my Crockpot in a single one of these recipes, but if you need some Crockpot recipes, I have plenty of those on my channel. I recently did like a top 3 Crockpot recipe video, which I will have linked down below, so feel free to check that out. We ended up making some burger bowls, some gyro bowls, like a Greek vibe happening. We made kind of like a copycat of cheesy gordita crunches. They're like not really gordita crunches though, but you'll have to forgive me and stay tuned to see what I mean. We also made a really great steak. I share like a steak marinade. That's like our tried and true, super easy to throw together. And last, but certainly not least, I share a sweet and sour baked chicken drumstick recipe. That was just so good. The sweet and sour is like that sticky, delicious glaze. This recipe is definitely the most labor of love of all 5 of the recipes, but I think that it was worth every second of it. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for giving me a chance and clicking on that thumbnail and joining the party. Over here, I usually do a lot of haul videos. We go to Costco, Sam's Club, Trader Joe's. I also share my weekly grocery hauls, as well as some meal prep tips and tricks. We have a family of 5. I have 3 toddlers. So generally the recipes you'll see over here are as balanced as I can make them in as fast as I can make them. If you end up enjoying this video, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel, and I would love it if you'd subscribe before you leave. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, starting the party off right with one of our absolute favorite weeknight dinners, which is burger bowls. We always customize these based on what's in the fridge, so they'd be perfect if you have family members with different preferences because everybody can dress them up the way that they want to. We had a pack of chuck roast burgers to use up, so John took those out on the Blackstone and grilled them up for us. In the past, we've also just browned up some ground beef on the stove and sprinkled it on there, so you can use whatever your heart calls you to. We ended up using a chopped salad kit as our base for this, and then he cut the burgers into strips right over it. Then added some shredded cheddar cheese, and the most important part is we added pickles. I know it sounds crazy, but it makes this bowl. Then he mixed up a little dressing for us. He measured with his heart, but he did some Kinder's burger sauce, mayonnaise, honey, and a little bit of pickle juice. You could skip this step and just use your favorite store-bought dressing. We've eaten it with honey mustard vinaigrette in the past, and that is also super delicious. Like I said, these are just a tried and true for us. It's the perfect way to get a little bit of a comfort meal on the lighter side. It doesn't feel like you're missing out on anything. They're absolutely delicious and so easy to throw together. Next up is a dish that I ended up kind of like stumbling into. I started out by making a Crockpot queso chicken. I honestly wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I ended up coming up with a plan for a copycat cheesy gordita crunch. But this chicken was so good by itself, so you could really use it a bunch of different ways. It would be good in quesadillas, served over Spanish rice, in tortillas, whatever you wanted to do. I'll include the recipe for it in the description box if you'd like to recreate it. It was so easy to throw together. It was a true dump and go Crockpot meal. I put in about a cup of salsa, a 10-ounce can of rotel, a packet of taco seasoning. I added a little extra paprika, but it probably wasn't necessary. I did 8 ounces of velveeta cheese and 4 ounces of cream cheese. Dumped that all together in the Crockpot and cooked it on low for about 3.5 hours. Then John took the chicken and shredded it up for us, and then he got to making my dreams come true with the copycat recipe. Now granted, a cheesy gordita crunch has a gordita shell. We didn't have that, so we ended up using tortillas. So he laid down the tortilla, sprinkled it with a little bit of cheese, and put it in a 350-degree oven for about 3 minutes, just until the cheese melted. Then he laid down some crunchy taco shells. We love the bold ones from Old El Paso. He added some more cheese because the cheese acts as a glue, and then folded the tortilla over the taco shell and let them rest on their side. put that back in the oven for another few minutes to let that round of cheese melt. He then worked in the queso chicken mixture, topped it with more cheese. I never claimed this was a low-calorie meal. And then it went back in the oven for another few minutes, again, to just let the cheese melt. We topped this with some chipotle ranch dressing we had, and we did do a quick taste test on these, so let's see the results of that. Such a weirdo. Okay, John, so I presented you a challenge today.
Yes.
Of taking something that should be a simple lunch, because I had made it a Crockpot meal that was supposed to be easy, and then I decided to ruin your life.
You didn't ruin my life. This was simple.
Go ahead, sir. Present it to the class.
Here we go. Class, today we have a homemade, not the prettiest like Taco Bell, but cheesy gordita crunch.
John's going to do a taste test because I look like a swamp monster.
You do not look like a swamp monster.
Well, thank you for lying. For
I'm
my
not
benefit.
lying. You are beautiful every day.
Oh, thank you so much. All day? Oh. By 9 p.m. it gets a little suspicious. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, here we go.
I'll take that so you don't have to offer. You're gonna need it to make a mess, okay? Wow. You look drunk. Drunk in love.
This is like a cheesy gordita crunch, but like better.
Really?
Yes.
Well, cheesy gordita crunch, the problem is like the actual cheesy gordita crunch is pretty good, but the meat is always greasy and gross.
Well, I think the combination of this chicken
with that, so good. We should buy actual like gordita shells and try and redo this because we're just using like tortillas, but it looks amazing.
Tastes amazing.
I want to try it. Oh, I'll try one of mine. Off camera.
That was a great call on the chipotle ranch.
Really? I don't even know why I thought of this.
I don't know, but it's delicious.
Oh yeah.
Right? This was a great call.
The chipotle ranch is a must. What would you score this one?
Compared to Taco Bell, this is like a 20.
A 20?
Yeah. 0 out of 5, this is a 20.
0 out of 5.
Yeah, because Taco Bell.
We're just randomly going to go with a 5 now. We always do 10.
Listen, we make it up as we go. Okay? I have a permit that says I can make my own rules.
I would also give this a 10 to.
This is delicious.
It's delicious.
Like I could eat this all the time, but yeah. my body would not appreciate me
not
eating
at all
the time. But
I mean, it's chicken breast. It's just smothered in every cheese there is. You know, it's
fine. Right.
All right. Thank you for your feedback. Sending it to corporate, sir. Another meal idea for you is to just do a simple dinner with some steak, rice, and salad. In the description box, I'll include our favorite steak marinade if you'd like to recreate this one. Okay, now the next recipe was so delicious. We made some sweet and sour baked chicken drumsticks. The sweet and sour sauce is the star here, so if you don't want all the effort of the chicken that you're about to witness, just make the sauce and toss some meatballs in it. It was so good. The chicken process was definitely a labor of love, but I think the end result was so worth it. So I set my oven to 350 degrees, and then I laid some foil down on a baking sheet and then put a wire rack on it. I patted my chicken drumsticks dry, and then I seasoned all sides of it with salt, pepper. I had like a maple seasoning that I got, but you could use whatever seasoning you like, and then paprika. I placed them all on the wire rack evenly spread out and baked them for 30 minutes. While the birds were in the tanning bed, in a medium saucepan, I sauteed some garlic and onion in sesame oil on medium-high heat. And I will have the entire recipe down in the description box, by the way. I then whisked in some pineapple juice, ketchup, brown sugar, rice vinegar, oyster sauce, and ground ginger. I stirred that all together, made sure it was well combined, and then I started whisking in some cornstarch, a half a tablespoon at a time, as quickly as possible, trying to avoid any clumps. I let it simmer on low until the chicken was ready. Once she was, I coated each piece on all sides with the glaze using a pastry brush, and then I sprinkled it all with salt, pepper, and paprika to re-season that layer. Baked it an additional 30 minutes, and then repeated the process of coating with the glaze and sprinkling with seasoning.
Away, my heart drops to the floor. They said it would get easier, but I don't know who for. Days move faster now, I swear. I can feel them slip away. But some things last forever, the love that never fades. Make promises for the young and free, but you kept every word you said, and you stayed true to me. We lean into the great beyond. There's more love yet to make, 'cause some things last forever, but love that never fades. Slowly as his mind lost more every day. Quietly she walked beside.
So then for a final time, the chicken went into the oven for an additional 30 minutes, but just double check that your chicken has reached temperature because obviously different pieces are different sizes. We did a taste test on these, so let's see what John thought of them. Sir, I present to you. You can't see it on camera. You have to lift it up a little more. There you go. Put it right next to your face. Beautiful. Look at that. That's the thumbnail right there. I present to you sweet and sour glazed chicken drumsticks, sir.
Here we go. The chicken is like fall off the bone. Mm-hmm. Chicken's delicious. But that sauce, it's like a sticky sauce.
Yeah, it's like a glaze.
Oh, it's so good.
What do you think, like the guava one versus this?
Guava.
Guava's the winner.
Yeah. This is...
Echo stop. Echo stop. Oh, Alexa stop. Everybody just stop. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
I feel like the guava one, maybe because we marinated it for a long time.
Got it.
It like soaked into the chicken.
Got
whereas
it.
This is just like
on the outside.
So the guava's better, but this is delicious fresh. This is very
right, because the guava one I think we like reheated the next day.
correct.
And what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
A 9.5.
A 9.5, and the
Because
guava's
the
a 10. Okay, I like it. That sweet and sour sauce would be good. You know what would be good on is like meatballs in the Crockpot.
Done.
Come on.
We have. Do you have more of that?
I have extra sauce.
And we have a bunch of Swedish meatballs. We'll just throw it in the crock pot with some of those, and call it good.
Okay. Excellent experiment. We gotta send that feedback to corporate.
Oh yes. Yeah.
What else were you gonna say?
I forget.
Good.
Yep.
We're doing great.
It's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You guys, I am so excited about this recipe. It's not even funny. And recipe is a very loose term because it's basically just components getting thrown together in a bowl. But we're going to be making some gyro bowls. So I had a lot of items in my freezer to make this happen, which is always one of my favorite things. In the jar graveyard, I had some Kalamata olives that I need to use up, so I'm excited about that. And then shredded carrots, I don't really think that's really a vibe when it comes to a Greek bowl, but I personally love shredded carrots, so we're gonna make it happen. I'm also gonna be dicing up this cucumber. We have some tzatziki sauce. Tzatziki? I just YouTubed how to say it, and I already forgot again. And someone told me in the comments, and I forgot as well. But anyways, tzatziki sauce, I think that's how they said it. I have some feta from my freezer. I have some naan bread from my freezer. And then I have the star ingredient, which is these gyro slices. I get these at Costco and you can air fry them. 350 degrees for like 4 minutes because these are fully cooked, so we're just heating them through. And I'm just debating whether I should just prep tomorrow's while I do this. I'll just keep the tzatziki. What did I say it was, guys? Tzatziki? I think so. I'll keep that on the side. I'll just add that tomorrow. But I think I will go ahead and put together today and tomorrow's lunch. So I have a bowl for myself for today. John's not like super into a lot of the elements of this, so I'm probably just going to be eating it myself. I know this is a what's for dinner episode. Isn't it an episode? Video? Whatever. Why can't I talk? But technically this could be for dinner. It would be for dinner if my husband was civilized enough to enjoy this. But since he doesn't, we're going to do what's for lunch with Kate. Okay? So anyways, getting back to what I was saying. We're going to do the gyro slices in the air fryer. I'll probably also pop the naan bread in there. I'm just going to slice it in half. And you could also do, if you don't have naan bread, you could do pita bread is also great. Or you could do like rice, couscous, orzo would be great. Whatever you have on hand. So we're going to get to slicing and dicing the cucumber, get the gyro in the hot tub, and just put it all together. Look how good that looks. So I ended up doing 370 degrees for 5 minutes because I had taken mine out of the freezer. You'd probably want to do 4 minutes. But it's when I dumped it in there, it still felt a little frozen. So I figured I'd just do an extra minute. So I also ended up grabbing some diced onion for myself to add to this because I saw a picture for inspiration online and they had some red onion. And I don't have any red onion, but I did have white onion, so I figured I would go with that. Okay, so here we have it. So tomorrow's lunch, I held the tzatziki sauce back. So I'll just add that tomorrow during lunch. And then today's lunch, we have the gyro meat, the naan bread. We have some of the tzatziki sauce, some feta, Kalamata olives, must have, diced onion, cucumber, and some shredded carrot. So that's my little gyro bowl for today. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. It means the absolute world to me. I hope I delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail. If I did, feel free to send this video to one of your friends who might also need some inspiration for meal planning this week. I hope you have a magical day. Bye.